Good afternoon. This presentation is a result of a decade of experiences with geodesign projects and studio teaching with graduate students from the College of Environment and Design at the University of Georgia. And I'm basically presenting on behalf of myself and a PhD student, Connie Staudinger. In our paper, we compare 4 studios with one of several central ideas. That is this idea of collective knowledge and collaborative learning. We compare the 4 studios using a taxonomy that includes factors like scale, available technology, type of stakeholders, and others. Across these cases, students learn about applied geodesign concepts and practices using analytical frameworks with GIS-based technologies, online technologies like Geodesign Hub, and Earth-Rich Geoplanners, and a few others. A comparative review of these cases led us to discuss various aspects of the learning process, also the cross-scale reasoning, the design, and the collaborative engagement. The nature of the geodesign planning process, with changing themes and configurations, reflecting on systems approach and the iterative nature of the process, forces students to think in various ways. First, identifying a design problem that is not always a given, defining their own criteria of analysis, also not a given, and ultimately moving them out of their comfort zone in many instances to think proactively and not necessarily using a fixed menu of options and instructions. So what we see in the figure is a little bit of what we call student archetypes, including those coming from more of the design background or interest, those coming from policy, and others a little bit more interdisciplinary in nature. That is what we're calling the integrators. So collaborative learning and collecting knowledge in this environment become part of an adaptive, iterative process shaped by these archetypes of students and also the nature of the analytical workflow. The graphic also highlights a couple of items on the right that are what we call the productive outcomes and the pedagogical tensions that emerge during the studio process, emphasizing that group configuration itself is an intentional pedagogical design variable in digital landscape architecture and planning. And that productive collaboration depends less on uniform expertise and more on balancing different forms of knowledge, skills, and motivations. Ultimately, if uneven participants' background shape the collaborative knowledge or the collective knowledge that we are trying to achieve, and in many cases, produce a broader analytical coverage, a stronger scenario evaluation, richer perspective, and a shared learning environment. Thank you, and I hope that we have a productive discussion.